Illegal immigration has been a complex and contentious issue in the United States for decades. Among the various countries contributing to this phenomenon, Mexico, El Salvador, and India stand out as significant sources of undocumented immigrants. This video delves into the reasons behind illegal immigration from these countries, the demographics of these immigrant groups, and the broader implications for U.S. immigration policy. So, here's the list of the top 10 countries where illegal immigrants in the USA are coming from. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to Wonder Us and comment your thoughts below. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Mexico, the long-standing leader. Mexico has historically been the largest contributor to illegal immigration in the United States. As of 2022, nearly 4 million undocumented immigrants from Mexico were residing in the U.S., and making up approximately 37% of the total unauthorized population. Why do people migrate? Several key factors drive Mexican migration. Economic challenges. Many individuals leave due to poverty, low wages, and limited job opportunities in Mexico. Violence crime. Drug cartel violence and organized crime threats force many to flee for safety. Family reunification. Many already have family members living in the U.S., encouraging further migration. Recent trends. The number of Mexican migrants has declined in recent years due to better economic conditions in Mexico, tighter border enforcement at the U.S.-Mexico border, demographic shifts reducing migration rates. Even with this decline, Mexico remains the top source of illegal immigration to the U.S. Number 2. El Salvador, a nation in crisis. Approximately 750,000 undocumented immigrants from El Salvador reside in the U.S., reflecting a growing migration trend due to worsening conditions in the country. Main reasons for migration. Gang violence. El Salvador has one of the world's highest homicide rates, driven by brutal gang wars. Economic hardship. Unemployment is high, and many Salvadorans struggle to find stable jobs. Natural disasters. Earthquakes and hurricanes frequently devastate infrastructure, worsening poverty. Impact of U.S. policies. Programs like Temporary Protected Status, TPS, have allowed many Salvadorans to stay legally. But policy changes create uncertainty for these migrants. Number 3. India, an emerging source. India has seen a sharp rise in illegal immigration to the U.S., with an estimated 725,000 undocumented Indians living in the country as of 2022. Why are Indians migrating? Visa challenges. Many Indians struggle to get legal visas due to strict education and English proficiency requirements. Economic aspirations. Many seek better paying jobs and a higher standard of living in the U.S. Human smuggling networks. Well-organized smuggling routes have emerged, charging migrants up to $100,000 for illegal entry. Who are the migrants? Most undocumented Indian migrants are young males, 18 to 34 years old, primarily seeking economic opportunities rather than escaping poverty or violence. Number 4. Guatemala, the silent exodus. Guatemala has a long history of migration to the U.S., and with 675,000 undocumented Guatemalans currently residing in the country, why do they leave? Extreme violence. The country faces high homicide rates and gang-related crime. Poverty, economic instability. A large portion of the population struggles with low wages and lack of opportunities. Natural disasters. Frequent hurricanes and earthquakes destroy homes and livelihoods, forcing migration. Who migrates? Mostly young males, 18 to 65 years old. Many attempt the dangerous journey north, risking theft, extortion, and violence along the way. Number 5. Venezuela, a growing crisis. Venezuela's political and economic collapse has fueled an unprecedented migration surge, with 270,000 Venezuelans estimated to be living illegally in the U.S. What's driving Venezuelan migration? Political instability. The country has been in crisis since 2013, with widespread protests and government repression. Economic meltdown. Hyperinflation has led to severe shortages of food, medicine, and basic necessities. Human rights violations, reports of government crackdowns, torture, and persecution have pushed many to flee. Who are the migrants? Most Venezuelan immigrants are educated professionals who can no longer sustain themselves in their home country. Number 6. The Philippines, a historical migration route. The Philippines has a strong migration history to the U.S., and with around 310,000 undocumented Filipinos currently residing there. Why do Filipinos migrate? Job opportunities. The Philippines struggles with high unemployment and low wages. Family reunification. Many Filipinos move to join relatives already in the U.S. Education career growth. Many seek higher education and career opportunities unavailable back home. How do they migrate? Some overstay temporary visas, tourist, student, work visas. Others enter illegally through smuggling networks. Number 7. China, a rising source of illegal immigration. China has become an increasingly significant source of undocumented immigrants, with an estimated 400,000 Chinese nationals residing illegally in the U.S. Why are they migrating? Political persecution. Many flee government crackdowns on political dissenters. Economic disparities. Rural communities lack the economic growth seen in major Chinese cities. Educational barriers. Students who overstay their visas or fail to return after graduation, where do they settle? Most Chinese undocumented immigrants live in urban hubs like New York City and Los Angeles. Number 8. Colombia. Escaping instability. Colombia has a long history of emigration, with 130,000 undocumented Colombians currently in the U.S. Why are Colombians leaving? Drug cartels. Armed conflict. The country still struggles with organized crime. Economic struggles. Corruption and high unemployment push migration. Political unrest. Instability in the government fuels emigration. How do they enter? Overstaying temporary visas, entering illegally through border smuggling routes. Number 9. Brazil. Political economic uncertainty. An estimated 200,000 undocumented Brazilians reside in the U.S., with numbers growing steadily. Key reasons for migration. High unemployment. Despite Brazil being a large economy, job opportunities are scarce. Crime violence. Many flee due to rising crime rates. Political instability. Government unrest has worsened economic conditions. Where do they live? Florida, Massachusetts, California. Major hubs for Brazilian communities. Number 10. Dominican Republic, a Caribbean connection. With 164,000 undocumented Dominicans, this group represents about 1% of all unauthorized immigrants in the U.S. Why are they migrating? Economic hardship. High poverty and unemployment drive people north. Corruption, political instability. A lack of trust in government systems. Family reunification. Many have relatives already in the U.S. Illegal immigration remains one of the most debated issues in the United States. As we've seen, different countries contribute to this phenomenon for various reasons. Economic hardship, political instability, violence, and family reunification being the most common. While Mexico continues to be the largest source of undocumented immigrants, nations like India, Venezuela, and China have seen a significant rise in migration trends over the years. But the big question remains, what's the solution? Should there be stricter border policies? Or do we need better immigration reforms that focus on economic and humanitarian aspects? Should governments address poverty and violence in these countries to reduce migration at the source? Or is there a different way to balance border security and human rights? Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you believe stricter border controls will solve the issue? Or should there be better pathways to legal immigration? Your opinion matters, and we'd love to hear different perspectives. If you found this video informative, make sure to hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Wonder Us for more insightful content on global events, travel, and immigration trends. Turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.